Hey, I'm Ben Silverio.
I'm Byron AC.
And I'm Ansel Burch.
And it's time to party.
We are not doctors. We don't give medical advice. Please drink responsibly. This episode was recorded on May 6th, 2025.
Live to tape.
Yeah, live to tape. That's right.
I am not used to this. I'm used to just, you edit it after the fact, and then everything comes in. And, I'm not... It's like, this isn't live, and you guys have the music going underneath, and I'm very uncomfortable right now, and I'm going to leave, so...
Don't worry, it gets heavily chopped up. The music is for you.
Okay. It's just to get me in the mood, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
I still have to edit the music in again later.
So you could have done it live to tape, yet you choose not to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It gives us the vibe of live to tape, so we are less inclined to faff around.
But you could just live to tape it and then just be done with it, and then move on with your lives. You know, that's the way I podcast, at least, or I used to. We left it all in.
That's
anyway.
Ain't nobody got time.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, Ansel, why don't you do the introductions this month?
Friends, welcome to Time to Party, the only party podcast where the party is in your own house. We are welcoming Byron. Yeah, right. Yeah, the party's in your ears.
Your ears, your Bluetooth speaker.
I'll put that on the new stickers.
Yeah.
Welcome to the pants party.
Yeah. We are welcoming Byron AC as our special guest this month. Byron is a dear friend of mine. Arguably, the reason I got into podcasting is because this guy needed someone to sit in one of the chairs at Beloit College Radio for Holla Holla Friday afternoons. And I have been addicted to microphones ever since. I can stop whenever I want. And it's not today.
Thankfully. Let's hope it doesn't happen while we're talking.
Byron is an incredible producer of things, all of which are secret and corporate now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. I went by my government name on the last show that I did about 18 or so months ago. And about a month later, I was laid off. Now, I don't want to say it was the show's fault. It actually was the fault of the company because they didn't understand that, when you own a company, you have to make money to pay the people. And they did not figure that part out. So, it's on them.
I have worked for a couple companies with that flaw. Yeah.
Yes. So it's really on them. But, some of my views and opinions at the time, may have seemed a little bit controversial. But now, it's all kosher, thanks to Robert F. Kennedy coming in and really helping us figure out that the COVID vaccine was, in fact, a hoax. And,
oh my God.
We're going to have so many other vaccine hoaxes that are coming up. That measles, don't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about, but there's a lot of dyes and preservatives in your food that you need to worry about more than your children getting measles. So I think it's important that
Ansel,
listen, we're going to get to Men in Black 3 in just a second, but here's my 20-hour manifesto. No, I'm kidding.
Ansel, can you repeat the warning at the top of our show, please?
We're not doctors. We don't give medical advice. Please vaccinate responsibly or whatever. Yeah.
But now I thought this was a podcast, so everybody on podcast pretends they're doctors now, and that's how it all works. That's what we do, right?
That's what differentiates us. We stay right up top that we're not.
We are not. Okay.
That gives us a niche in the market.
Yeah.
It helps. It helps the lawyers. I got it. All right.
That's how we bring in the big numbers.
We're doctors in the sense that Bob Picardo was a doctor at one point.
A holographic doctor.
A holographic doctor. I'm sure Ansel has his holographic medical degree somewhere.
Oh yeah, it's around here somewhere.
Yes, party people, we are in for a crazy month because we are talking about Men in Black 3.
Arguably the most unhinged of the Men in Black films.
It's true. Like, honestly, that is the best way to describe it. Because, like, can I just show you? These are my notes. These are all the notes that I took. There's nothing that I could say about this movie.
Friends, there are 4 bullet points on that piece of paper.
Yeah, it's very bare. Usually I have 2 full pages of notes, and this one was just, but like, not because
film watcher Ben Silverio.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I had very little to critique about this movie, and we'll get into it in episode 2. But the way we do things here at Time to Party, episode 1, we like to drop off some drinking rules, some party favors, if you will, for you to enhance your first or rewatch of whatever movie we're talking about. Second episode, that's where we get into our review of the movie or property that we're talking about. And the third episode is edutainment, where we teach you a little something, kind of, sort of. It's like when the substitute teacher comes in and he has a little bit more than just a video to show you, but not much more. Like, he has a small intro.
He rolled the card out and then rolled it back.
Yeah, the card came in. Oh.
And the card came back. Yeah.
I hope you're coming into Time to Party with that energy, you know? Like, yes, the subs are here.
Come in with that expectation. Don't. Remember, we're not doctors.
You're going to get.
I barely graduated high school, so we're...
So, Byron, before we really jump into this world of aliens and conspiracies and such, can you share any stories about Ansel and his microphone infancy?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I mentioned, so he mentioned at the top we did a radio show in college called Holla Holla Friday Afternoons with me and my friend Ben Sartori. And then Ansel, we just kind of like, Ansel is also part of our fraternity, Phi Kappa Psi. And literally it was just a lot of the time it was like, okay, we had a show on Friday. We got to record. Like we actually, here's the thing. College radio at that point was just a bunch of hipsters playing blues music, like one song after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, and then getting on the microphone and being like, that was this, and then after that it was this, and then after that it was this, and it was the most boringest shit in the whole fucking world. It was so goddamn boring, and I was like, all right, I want to do like skits and all the stuff that like I like about radio. And you know, at the time, like it was just kind of like I was just like, all right, well, who do I know that, you know, acts and everything? I'm like, oh, Ansel acts. Ansel, you want to play Santa Claus or some shit? I don't know.
Perfect casting. Perfect casting.
So, and
I think that is how it started. I think that was the first one I was on, was Santa.
Yeah. So, and I'll be brutally honest, I don't remember that much of it other than that, like, it would be like, okay, it's a, you know, we got the show on Friday, we'll record a bunch of stuff on my shitty laptop on Thursday, like on like a really like old USB mic. And then, you know, we tried a little bit of podcasting in college, but then did more podcasting. And this is back in like 05, 06. So the podcasting, so like getting onto this, whatever this is, Riverside thing, I'm going a little inside baseball for all the people, but seeing this where we can do live to tape, yet we choose not to for some reason, is like just blowing my mind. And also that Ben is like, Ben is across the country right now, and you're in California, right? In LA?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So yeah, like to be able to talk to you. And this is, by the way, the first time Ben and I have ever talked. This is how you meet people now in the future. You don't really meet like in I don't even know how you two met, because I'm just like, because all of a sudden Ben Ansel's like, oh yeah, I've got this podcast, and it's like I hear Ben Silverio, I'm like, what the hell is this guy? I've never heard of this guy. I feel like I would know at least most of Ansel's friends, but yeah. And I haven't seen you at a Renaissance fair, or, you know, I'm just like, hey, how did this guy get in?
We know each other first through burlesque.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Now that's the way to know one another, Drew.
Our eyes locked from across the room. Ansel smartly dressed.
Yep.
Now
Our
are you
pasties intertwined.
I was about to say, you guys were in the audience, or you're performing, or
We can
Audience,
give away all
thankfully.
our secrets,
Okay.
Byron. Like, you're giving away so
feel like-
much now. We can...
I feel like you guys have a better origin story than I do. So with me and Ansel, our origin story was I tapped Ansel on the shoulder and said, "Hey, can you be Santa Claus one time?" And you said, "Okay," and then we moved on.
Oh. You know what lives rent free in my head from those days, Byron, is asbestos brand cigarettes.
Oh my god!
They're the bestos.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And listen, it's never gotten better since then. Which brings us, of course, to this week's ad. The Tourism Board of El Salvador. El Salvador, now with 26.6% poverty rate. The new official currency is Bitcoin. Amnesty International called us bad. Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia said, "Jesus Christ, you guys are getting away with that? I just hacked a journalist to death with a bone saw, and I'm the bad guy?" Enjoy our new drink package, where we shove a glass of water into your hand every time a journalist tries to take a picture of you. Visit beautiful El Salvador. Specials on one-way tickets.
Oh my god!
So, Ben, this is what you're getting yourself into.
Welcome to the show.
I was not aware of our new sponsors this month. So
In fairness, we booked them like months ago before any of this happened. So
fair enough. Okay,
they got the copy to us late as well. So
got
very
it.
late.
Kudos to Byron. Yeah.
I got it in there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So what's the movie premise, Ben?
Right. So our friends at IMDb tell us about Men in Black 3. If you didn't know already, Agent J travels in time to MIB's early days in 1969 to stop an alien from assassinating his friend Agent K and changing history. They really broke their backs on that one, didn't they?
It at least sounds like the movie we watched, which
That's
is
true.
better than average for them.
Better. Yeah. Well done, IMDb.
Good work, intern.
Yeah. It seems like they were playing our drinking, smoking game before we even came up with it. Speaking of which, let's get right into it. My first drinking rule. Well, before I get into the rules, just like my notes, I do not have a lot of rules.
Ooh.
there are no rules with them in Black 3.
MIB, yeah.
MIB.
Just no rules
Drink
at all.
when you feel something.
Exactly. Which is often, I would say. But I may not have a lot, but I feel like these work. So my first rule is to take a drink whenever someone says pie.
Yeah.
We
Nice.
here,
All right.
we here at Time to Party famously advocate for desserts. So, just like Agent K, we would love some pie.
That's what you're famous for, is desserts. Well, I think Time to Party. I think, you know what? I could go for some apple strudel right about now.
We were originally pie to party, and it got out of hand.
Yeah, didn't roll off the tongue as well.
Yeah, no.
Into the stomach very well.
Yeah.
But
it's limiting. You really don't have that much. Like, okay, I could do it, 20, 30 minutes on a different dessert. It takes, it's a lot of work.
It depends on how much of the dessert you're eating while you're recording. I think that's what really.
true.
So you guys are just eating the desserts and just giving a live reaction at the time.
What's the opposite of ASMR? It's that. I don't think that's my joke.
It was the most disgusting ASMR, which is saying something. It's really
I think that was a Brennan Lee Mulligan joke. Byron, would you like to go next?
Yeah. So drink every time Will Smith slaps someone in defense of Jada Pinkett Smith, or if he gets slapped.
One or the
One
other.
or the other.
Yeah, either scenario.
Like in my mind, both happen at some point, but because you can like there are some moments he gets really like intense with the other actors,
Really
and you're like,
juiced, yeah.
and it's like I like going back and seeing kind of how people descend slowly into madness, and this was a great movie to really watch how Will Smith has slowly descended into madness.
Listen, some call it madness, but as a fellow Philadelphian, he was just, normal.
Oh, okay.
I don't see madness there.
you just see guys booing Santa Claus. I love it. Now where in Philadelphia?
Listen,
where in Philly
he
you
had
from?
it coming. I was born in North Philly. I grew up in Northeast Philly. I went to Drexel.
So not West Philadelphia.
Drexel's in West Philadelphia.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
And not South Philadelphia at the corner of Swanson and Rittner.
That is where I spent a lot of my time, actually.
Yes. Okay. This is the connection.
Yes. That
Ansel's staring into the abyss, trying to figure out what we're talking about.
There's a pin on my pin board next to my laptop of the street signs Swanson and Rittner.
Nice.
What happens at Swanson and Rittner?
Everything.
It is where the world famous ECW arena is located.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, now I get it. All right.
But also, one of my favorite cheesesteak places. Actually, not one of my favorite cheesesteak place.
The one
is
I didn't
down
go
the street.
to. Oh, okay.
The one you didn't go to. Yes, John's Roast Pork. We are in no way sponsored, but I need to tell everyone that if you're getting a cheesesteak in Philadelphia, if you go anywhere but John's Roast Pork, you're doing it wrong.
It's far away from everything, but
It's
probably
not
worth it.
that far. You went further than anywhere else, actually. That the second place you went to, what was it?
Oh no, that was like right in the middle of the city, whatever the hell the place was, because it was next to the garden, the like ceramic mosaic nonsense.
Oh yeah. The Magic Garden.
Yes, which we didn't realize charged admission. So
Oh yeah.
we did not have enough time to make the admission worth it. So we stood outside and ate the messiest food on the planet.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah. Just on the sidewalk covered in Cheese Whiz. And let me tell you, as a person with a big mustache, Cheese Whiz is delicious, but a problem.
Sure.
So quick side note while we're talking about ECW Arena and Philly cheesesteak. So I did read Todd Gordon, the original owner of ECW's book, and apparently they did this whole thing with Eddie Gilbert, who was their original like world champion, the original guy who was kind of in charge of what's called a booker in wrestling, like so basically like the main storyteller for anyone who's not wrestling aficionado. So basically the person telling people, hey, you win, you lose. So Eddie Gilbert, his whole like big thing to be like, we're going to make this promotion really on the map. He's just like, I'm the king of Philadelphia and I'm going to go to every single cheesesteak place in Philadelphia and tell them all I'm the king and we're going to film it and put it on television. So that was like, to me, just like I could just imagine just sitting there. Eddie Gilbert shows up, yells with a full crown on, yells at all the patrons, I am the king of Philadelphia, and then leaves. And then everybody's like, was there a camera following him? What happened?
Yeah,
we have to follow this guy?
I'll bet they were just like, oh yeah, just a regular day in Philadelphia. Ansel, your first rule.
Okay, my first rule is to drink every time there is an overused time travel trope.
That'll get you drunk.
So, like, I mean, to their credit, like they were like, okay, we're gonna make a time travel movie. Let's put all the tropes in. Okay. You got to go real fast before activating this time machine. It's super dangerous. We don't know if it works or not. Here are some rules. They're kind of vague. Don't do these things, but we're going to do them. Here's a pocket watch. It's not important right now. Among others.
It's funny because my next rule is actually related to that, because I suggest taking a hit whenever Agent J reveals a detail about the future, because he's a bad time traveler.
Bad time traveler.
He's a very bad time
He
traveler.
gave up on being a good time traveler so early in the movie.
Well, he has that mission that he has to carry
does.
out. So I get it. He has a limited time.
I think he came to the justification that as soon as he fixed everything, none of it would matter pretty fast, and was just like, well, fuck it. Nah.
Pretty much.
All right.
But I think we'll touch on this in the next episode. That moment where the time travel guy was like, "Oh, you were there," like, it doesn't make sense until like the very end.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to kind of interact with his own timeline is still kind of dangerous, but fuck it. He saved the world, so what's it matter?
Apparently it did. It apparently didn't matter. Yeah.
All right. Mine, to bounce off of all of yours, when we talk about that time travel guy, his name is Griffin, apparently. Anytime he talks about...
Oh, no, I was talking about the other guy.
Oh, the other guy.
The guy who gives him the time travel device.
Oh, yeah. It's like the...
in the pawn shop. Yeah.
the,
the pawn shop.
The therapist from Severance.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I told my wife, I'm like, look, it's the therapist from Severance. She's like, there's no therapist in Severance. I'm like, the guy who wrote the book. Oh, I didn't think of him as a therapist. I just looked at him as a crackpot. Which, as we learned from our good friend Robert F. Kennedy, that all therapists... No, I'm kidding. They're all... The red dye number 4 didn't give you... No. All right. Enough of that.
Wait, what was the rule with Griffin?
Rule with Griffin, anytime he talks about an infinite possibility of to drink, but the thing is he keeps adding more and more and more and more. It's just like a giant run-on sentence that like kind of ends and then never ends. So I was like, oh, that's
I think that can be a waterfall. Yeah.
I was going to say that's like a waterfall, right?
Which segues nicely for me because I have a waterfall rule. Waterfall whenever a neuralizer is on screen.
Oh. Doesn't matter which version.
Yeah. I was just about to ask because they have a bunch of different, the long cord one.
Yeah, we get to see the whole,
the one that filled up the entire room.
That one was so good.
When you think about it, back then, I mean, a computer did fill up an entire room.
I mean, yeah, they
had
go
magnetic
to
tape for some reason.
They go to the rocket that famously had the computer that filled up the whole room.
Yeah,
right. And my final rule, we do like to take shots around here at Time to Party out of respect, but in a way, this one is respecting two people, two for the price of one. I guess you could say. Take a shot for Josh Brolin's impression of Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes.
Because it is very well done. There are a number of good performances in this movie, but Josh Brolin was perfect casting.
Really nailed it, yeah.
Fun fact, I believe it was Mark Wahlberg who was being considered for the role. But it ultimately went to Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
Which was the right call.
Correct.
Now, did they do that whole thing just because Tommy Lee Jones was like, I'm old and I don't want to commit to a full schedule? To just throw
I can give
some
you 2
young guy.
days.
Yeah, it's like, I give you 2 days, make it a time travel movie. Fuck it.
We could de-age you digitally. Fuck that. No.
Yeah, no.
Fuck that.
Hard pass.
I saw The Irishman. No, I didn't like it.
Using time travel that Tommy Lee Jones has. If anybody has it just lying around, I'm sure it's Tommy Lee Jones.
I mean, yeah. He'd be chill about it, too.
Yeah.
What, that
It's
over
like,
there? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about that, Slick.
Yeah.
Now, before I give my next rule, I did have a quick question for you guys, just to ponder. Now, when you consider time travel, would you consider something like, let's say, kind of a postmodern take where where the movie goes backwards in time and then forwards in time, but no actual like the characters actually time traveling. Would you consider that a part of, or is that a hard no?
We have talked about this. We have talked about this a few times in the history of the pod, and I think if we wanted to watch the movie badly enough, we would allow it. Is
For
what we
example,
came to.
Or if you ran out of
Demolition Man.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah.
There's that too. For example, we've been talking about doing Demolition Man for a while, and technically the time jump is just time moving forward.
Yeah,
but
he moves it one day per day.
Very terribly.
Pretty much. But, you know, because he's a man out of his own time, it still kind of counts.
Yeah.
So we're going to do it eventually.
Which also opens up Futurama.
Yeah, exactly.
Opens up Encino Man as well.
Yes, 100%.
Opens.
So, you know, with that in mind, you know, we've now expanded our purview a little bit. Our jurisdiction has expanded, you know,
and that's what we're looking to do. You know, we're looking to take, you know, your restrictions and just completely smash them.
Extrajudicial podcasting.
Yeah. Just smash all expectations, and then, you know, you're left in a state of corporate dictator takeover. Anyway, so getting to my.
Hey, take a shot from a Thompson, everybody.
Getting to my okay, so my last rule. I got a couple here. Let me see. Oh, this one. I saw so. I feel like this would be great for any. Okay, I'll specify with this. This rule cannot happen in the time travel universe. So it can't. When you go back into the 60s, you can't. This isn't a rule for that. This is a rule specifically for the first portion of the movie in, you know, modern times. Drink anytime you see any failed tech show up, because there's a 3D television, there's a cordless phone dock, there's civility. All of these things just completely failed.
I do enjoy anytime a movie is like, yeah, we're gonna do stuff that's like cutting edge now because it's gonna be out by the time the movie.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, those 3D televisions, that was like one of the biggest, I remember, flops.
Oh man.
I only knew one person who had it, and he actually like won it in a contest, and he was like, "It's okay, I guess." Like, I watched a football game with it, and I almost threw up. So.
I remember sitting down in the Best Buy where the guy was trying to talk me into a 3D TV, and no, he had to explain to me how it was actually cool that you needed to put on glasses every time you wanted to watch TV. I think you're using the word
I already
cool
have
wrong.
to do that.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
I didn't want to put on glasses to begin with to watch TV, and now you're forcing me to put glasses over my glasses.
Which is the worst.
Although I remember when I first started as a film critic, Real D, the 3D glasses company, they sent me clip-on 3D glasses.
What?
And it was like a game changer. Every time I go to a 3D movie, I just pop them on. It's great.
Yeah.
Can I buy them? Where do I get them? Like,
I don't know if they're for sale. They just sent it to me.
I'll take two.
It's only for film critics. It's sadly.
I guess, yeah.
They're like, we all know
This was also like,
we all know they all wear glasses. Just give them this to I'll review the movie.
this was also like 10 years ago. They could have updated this technology at some point, but
the one quick thing about 3D glasses that I will throw out there because I think it's really cool. Are you guys familiar with John and Hank Green?
yes.
So they released un-3D glasses that take things that were made to be 3D and turn it back to 2D so you can enjoy it normally without getting motion
God.
sickness.
That's the kind of invention I'm looking for. So essentially what happens is you have a blurry image they somehow unblurify it, but make it back into the image that it originally was. So you could have just bought the regular version of the movie.
You know,
it's so worthless.
there have been times.
I love it.
There have been times where I have gone to a movie where everybody but one person wanted to see the 3D. And I could see that being really helpful for that one instance where like the one you know, they're with a group of people, everybody wants to do 3D. They're like, I don't know, it's gonna make me sick. And everybody's like, suck it up.
We don't care.
It's Avatar.
Ugh. It's gonna make me sick in other ways.
We say that to Ansel.
It was a really cool experience.
We said that to Ansel all the time in college. We said, listen, we're gonna see this movie that has a billion bright colors, and you're just gonna sit there looking at reds and yellows all day. And you're gonna have a headache and die. We don't care.
I bet this is really pretty. Okay, my last rule: take a drink anytime someone is falling.
Oh, okay.
Happens a lot.
It does
Quite a
happen
bit
a lot.
falling in the movie.
It's the majority of the travel in this time travel film.
It's true, which we will get into in episode 2.
That's right.
Yes. See, look at all those reasons you have to tune in next week.
Hell yeah.
Party people. Look at that. Well, that does it for our rules.
Yeah.
Question?
Affirmative.
Excellent.
Land it.
Party people, that does it for our drinking and smoking rules for Men in Black 3. Now you have plenty of reason to go check out the movie if you haven't seen it already, or want to watch it again and want to do something fun while watching.
Well, what are they smoking just to make it fun for them? Just out of curiosity. What are we
Whatever
talking?
they want.
All right.
We're not judging.
We're not
crack,
the death.
So crack cocaine will make this movie very fun.
I've never done it, but supposedly.
You won't need 3D TV after you're smoking crack cocaine and watching Black 3. The
make
movie
you
will
slap
just come
Chris
to
Rock.
you. Yeah.
Party people, you can find us on the internet. I'm at bsilverio20 on Instagram, X, Letterboxd, Blue Sky, etc.
I'm on absolutely nothing. Sorry,
Yep.
Ben.
Nah, that was good. That was beautiful.
That's what we want to know.
This
Don't
is
find
Byron.
me.
He is unknowable.
Don't recall anything. Don't look at me up for anything. Don't talk to anybody about me.
He's not out there. You can't find him.
I mean, you can, but you know, it's gonna take a little bit of work.
He's make you work for it, like the center of a Tootsie Pop. I am at the Indecisionist on all the meta properties, as well as the Blue Sky and Reddit and Letterboxd, where you can now find all of Time to Party's filmography, including a list of movies that we may watch in the future.
Oh, look at that.
So feel free to interact with us online and tell us which of those movies we should bump to the top of the list.
Yes, and if you want to join the conversation and you still use a social media platform that uses hashtags, you can use the hashtag Time2Party. That's time, the number 2 party.
As well as Time, the number 2 party, all spelled out, thanks to Warwick. Or you could just add us. That works better.
Yeah, that probably works better.
I will read nothing you say. I don't care
not
about your
Byron, to be
opinions. I have gone above you because I actually am on the show talking, and you're just there listening. Like
The
peon
ultimate
you are.
interaction. God damn it. It's the socialist of media. We can hear him.
It's yes, as I can't even. Oh my god.
This is the energy
Well,
that Byron brings.
That's
You're
it.
welcome.
Big fan.
Yeah. Good.
Big fan.
Big fan of it
well,
as well.
Party people, while we work on getting our nice black suits freshly pressed and our very cool Ray-Ban sunglasses nice and polished. I remember Ray-Ban because they had like a product tie-in with these movies when they first came
I
out.
mean, they'd have to.
Right, absolutely. While we're doing all that, we just want you to remember to be excellent to each other.
And party on, dudes.